promising us you're going to make an effort
ਤੇ
and
ਅੱਜ ਮੈਂ
you're
ਸਲਾਹ
going
ਕੀਤੀ ਕਿ ਮੈਂ ਟਰਨਲ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚੋਂ ਨਹੀਂ ਲੰਘਣਾ
take this issue seriously and make a more awareness, especially in the parliament and out of parliament issues. Now, we can't forget when we're talking about the Kashmir, what's happening at the moment in Gaza, especially since last year, October, to till now. Over 50,000 people was martyred. Over 14,000 children was killed. And millions of our brothers are homeless. We will be voice of them. We are voice of them. But I especially thanks today to brother. He's from Gaza, Dr. Zaid. I really thanks to him. Whatever is happening there, he forgot that and he came here to support Kashmir issue. I really thank you. Now I will invite him for a few words, if he can come and say a few words about Kashmir and Palestine as well. And please tell us what's the situation.
This is not organized, so excuse my language, I will speak only from inside me.
Oh.
First of all, it's a great pleasure and honor for me to be with Muslim brothers, and it's an opportunity to thank the Muslim community here in Cape Town, because if we haven't been held by the Muslim community in Cape Town, we maybe couldn't survive till now. Because okay, when we came to Cape Town, we came from a place where death was everywhere. We didn't know where to go. We didn't know what to eat. We didn't know what to do. We just escaped our lives. When brother Khalil told me about this event, I told him, can I just speak about what the people inside areas like this, because I was looking at the documentary, and to be honest, I holded my tears, because it was, I thought that everything I saw at this documentary was in Gaza, only flags were different. I saw people suppressed, I saw people killed, I saw humiliation, I saw ethnic cleansing, I saw everything that is a human being can suffer from, especially when he is living at these areas. I will give you an example of how my life was, or how it used to be, and how it turned because of what's happening, because of the ethnic cleansing, because of the apartheid, because of the suppression, because of all the crimes that can happen to a human being. I'm a dentist, I'm a teacher at the University of Palestine. I do have very good qualifications to work in my country. I got lots of offers outside Gaza when I got graduated. Refused everything, just going back to Gaza for two reasons: to stay with my family, my parents, and to take the ajr of ribat. We are in Holy Land. This land people must stay there. I built my life stone by stone. I was working 2 jobs. I had a very good life. I reached my peak. I woke up one day, saw hundreds, thousands of rockets going and coming, confused, what is happening, what's going on? Is it the last day? Literally in Gaza at that day, people were looking to the sunset to see if to the west, to see if the sun is really coming from that side, because it was not an ordinary day. After that day, all Palestinians in Gaza have been through a massive destruction. All our homes, me, my father, my parents, my family, my uncles, my mother-in-law, all the people I know in Gaza lost their homes. More than 30% of my family, and lots of them. For example, Dr. Anas has his two brothers, and they are two doctors. They were buried under they destroyed the place where they were sheltering, because they announced that there is a safer place in that area. You can go there. And they are just bombing the tents with massive destruction weapons. We lost everything. We lost our homes. My university has been destroyed. All the universities in Gaza have been destroyed. All the hospitals have been destroyed. I'm working as a board member of the second largest medical institution in Gaza. It's called Al-Auda Medical Institution. And to be honest, we have 7 hospitals. It's completely destroyed. We are working on the field hospitals now. So, in the people living in these areas, the only thing that they are looking for after getting aid, health aid, because all hospitals have been destroyed. And I can see the situation in Kashmir. I'm sure that it's the same. Education system is completely destroyed. Schools have been destroyed. Universities have been destroyed. Students are on the streets since 1 year or nearly 10 months now. All the governmental organizations have been destroyed. Nothing left for a human being to stay. I have money. For example, when it started, I used to have some cash in my safe. And Gazanians, we don't prefer usually to save money at the banks. We usually buy properties because it's getting high in Gaza. So all our money, for example, all my family money is in properties, and we just have some cash at home for emergencies. We had to take everything behind us and just run away to the south, where they declared that this is a safe place. We went there. There was no access for water. There was no access for food. You have money in your pockets, but there is nothing to buy. There is no access to medication. There's no access to anything. And that is also, as I can see and as I have read, it's also in Kashmir. So to help these people, the most important thing is to get awareness. I am in the humanitarian work too now, between Gaza and other places. The most important thing is to get the people aware, because if you get the people aware, the people will, for example, donate, or they will support projects, or they will spread the awareness about that. And that is the most important thing for people living in such areas, just to let the world hear their voices. Here in Cape Town, to be honest, whenever I'm going out, I see my Palestinian flags. That gives me the feelings that, okay, sister is wearing the Palestinian kufiya. This is giving all of us, as Palestinians from Gaza, coming here, the feeling of safety. We are in the middle of our brothers who know what's going on in Gaza, who were, to be honest, and I don't want to make it too long. When I came to South Africa, I was trying to pray, to go to the mosques, to the big mosques. After the Salah finished, I go to the Imam and just greet him. And I got a very, very, very good contact with the very good people at the Muslim community here in Cape Town. And they helped us a lot regarding our permits, regarding even for work. I didn't get, but inshallah I'm getting very soon. So what I want to say that these people in Kashmir are really suffering. I know what does it mean for a human being to lose access for medication, to lose access for food, to lose access for everything. That is, he's dying every day. The people there are dying every day, just like that. Shukran. I don't want to make it too long. Thank you for inviting us, and I hope that Allah will keep, inshallah, give liberation for Kashmir and Gaza.
Inshallah. Inshallah.
Thank you very much.
We love you, brother. We are.
Thank you very much.
Jazakallah, Dr. Zaid. We know we can't be, feeling your pain, what you're going through, and what you know about that. They took this issue in the international court, and they made sure. And in that, I believe, especially the Cape Town people, and especially the Cape Town Muslim people, what they did it for them. And they made sure the government must do that, and they did it. On that behalf of Pakistan Association Southern Africa, I really thanks to South African government and especially to Cape Town community. We really thank you to taking this matter to international court, and we're hoping you'll take one day to Kashmiri peoples, this thing to international court as well. Now, without delay, I'm going to call, because we need an advocacy as well. So I'm going to call Brother Yusuf. He's an advocate and he's from Al Jama party. I'm going to request him to please come and say a few words for us.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Respected Honorable Deputy Minister, Honorable Ali Bendrats, Ambassador of Pakistan, Honorable guests, all protocols observed. As a child born in Cape Town, I got to understand that my father arrived in South Africa, in Cape Town, at the age of 12 from India with my grandfather. And as my father grew up, he got married to my mom and I was born. And what is significant, in the time when I was growing up, is that there is two main du'as, two main prayers that we make in our house after every salah. I remember my father was 12 when he came to South Africa. He was brought up with a certain value system, and he carried over that value system. And I grew up in a household that we had to make dua for two places, for Palestine and for Kashmir. So Kashmir is dear to my heart as much as Palestine is dear to my heart. I attempted to go to Kashmir a few times, but I failed. Alhamdulillah, we have Maulana Khalil that managed to, from South Africa, go and visit Kashmir, and I don't know who else this room has. But the consciousness of two very important areas in our world that is suffering from genocide, the atrocities, the innocent martyrs, the martyrdom that's taking place, the lives that's lost, the innocent children. No one will understand it besides the victims and those who are present. Our dua, our prayer and our yearning is the least that we can do. But yet, it's so little. So like our program director has said that yes, we need advocacy in this. And the first point of call is advocacy. It is being an activist for justice. It is being an activist for the truth. It is being an activist for Kashmir and Palestine at the same time. So the more awareness is created within the southern tip of Africa, especially here in Cape Town, but we also have other provinces, the more awareness of events of this nature, the more consciousness it would bring. Like my father has put that consciousness in me as a child, to grow up with Kashmir in my heart. But I was fortunate in that position, but there's others that's not aware. So it's our responsibility, we have some connection to Kashmir, to ensure that that is being spread, that activism is being spread. And with that, inshallah, I can assure you that will put pressure on our government to not overlook Kashmir. Yes, they know about it. The United Nations is aware of it. ICJ is aware of it. But here in South Africa, we need to create that consciousness and awareness so that we put this pressure on government so that we could take matters further. The ICJ, inshallah. With that, I continue making dua for Kashmir. My son, my children will continue making dua for Kashmir and for Palestine. وآخر دعوانا الحمد لله رب العالمين.
And hopefully we want to try to put in our children's heart the same thing. One of the days, the suffering people will be free. Now, without delay, I will request Sister Shamima, MP, please come and address us at the
Honourable Deputy Minister, Honourable guest, all protocols observed. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. As the only female in this room, I should indeed feel a little bit intimidated. But when you're standing here for the oppressed, when you're standing here for your mothers and your sisters and your aunts and children, there is no time to feel intimidated because you're the only female in the room. Subhanallah, my brother from Palestine, you have noted the scarf. I've got a very close connection with Palestine. Alhamdulillah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has granted me 3 visits to Palestine. And I do know that our mothers and sisters of Palestine are the strongest, most resilient women I have ever met in the fight for the freedom of the people of Palestine. And likewise, our mothers and sisters of Kashmir and our fathers are of the strongest to stand up against oppression. First and foremost, we shukr Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for granting us to be in this gathering today. We make dua that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala opens our hearts and grants us the understanding to address the seriousness of the matter before us. We shukr Pakistan Association of South Africa for entrusting us to be in this gathering, because this is a gathering of trust. We recognize the hard work done by the organizations surrounding social welfare, justice and equality, and advocacy on human rights and dignity. The heartbreak and challenges faced by our brothers and sisters in Kashmir, and the atrocities faced in their struggle for basic human rights and self-determination, just like our brothers and sisters in Palestine, in Gaza, West Bank, Ramallah. It doesn't go unnoticed. Kashmir and Jammu remains deprived of so many rights. We note the strength and the resilience of our brothers and sisters in Kashmir and Palestine against the fight for these atrocities. Kashmir, over 96,000 martyred. How many displaced? In Palestine, in Gaza, we have the same situation. Millions displaced. In our world we live in, have we ever thought that we would see the atrocities that we are currently facing? Have we ever thought that we would be witnessing a genocide in Kashmir, in Congo, in Palestine, and in so many other areas? As Al-Jama and as a member of parliament, Alhamdulillah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has placed me in the portfolio of international relations. My very first maiden speech, I did not forget my brothers and sisters in Kashmir. Al-Jama, and I'm sure many other parties who has the heart for the people, will be steadfast in the fight for human rights, not just in South Africa, but our hearts will be strong and big enough to fight for the oppressed all over the world. If we look at the situation in Palestine, we look at the situation in Kashmir, we look at India, and you will note the same Zionist entities was infiltrated in all organizations, including in Congo. Greed and power. Let's face the reality. We cannot ignore the unilateral actions against all the oppressed, the human rights violations, the tortures, the massacres. And what we cannot ignore is the fact that when it comes to the situation in Kashmir, there's too little information being spread on social media. There is but a few that is aware of the atrocities and the extent of the atrocities in Kashmir. So every one of us here has the responsibility to advocate more and inform our masjids, our madrasas, our children, and social media at large on the atrocities currently being faced. We have the ICJ case, which, much respect to all involved, we took the case of Palestine to the ICJ. It sets precedent. Whatever happens from that case sets a precedent. And that precedent, if successful, sets precedent for oppressed in other countries as well. But we need to start here. So firstly, as a member of parliament, being in international relations, I'm requesting that the information surrounding Kashmir, including the videos, etc., be provided so that we can escalate. Yes, we speak about Kashmir, but the request that has been made here that we visit Kashmir and we speak to both sides, that needs to be escalated on a parliamentary level. That can be done. So let us start with advocacy. Let us start in educating our communities and our people the same way we did with Palestine. Let us keep speaking. Let us march, let us picket. Let us increase the momentum so that we can create that awareness. So from the side of Al-Jama, we make the pledge and we make dua that firstly that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala assist all the oppressed, grants us the strength in order to fight for the oppressed, because it is one thing we make dua. That is one part of it. But we need to use our hands and our mouth in order to ensure that we effect the change. With that, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grant us all the strength that we need, inshallah, and may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grant freedom to both Palestine, to the people of Kashmir, to the people of Congo, and to all the oppressed around the world. Shukran. Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullah.